C289, C277, C278. We got another one right there. Four of them. They're right here. Weasels. There's one, two, three, four. He's saying that I guess it's a girl in there hit him. He said she hit him numerous times and he's tired of it. He's saying that in Spanish though. Well, I didn't hear if he said a girl hit him. He just said somebody was hitting him that lives there with him. And then she asked him, how many times did they hit you? Two or later. Yeah. They peeped the scene. It wasn't really that violent. So they gonna roll out. I wonder how long ago he called 911. Yeah, and it actually is getting cooler. That's all it is. They're fighting in there, I guess. Oh yeah, it is a girl. Domestic. You mean the acorns? Be careful with the acorns. The squirrels ain't scared of acorns. They be getting them. Like whenever I seen that stupid fucking video, I thought of that Ice Age movie. The cop should have been that squirrel. He would have shot at the acorn. That's where we're at right now with policing. And then the one in Arlington, I posted that one where the chief was talking about we don't have to see your gun to shoot. What the fuck? And when did that start? It seems like these police departments get together with the POAs, the Police Officers Association, because in Fort Worth, there's no like the citizens can't say, "Hey, we want this cop held accountable." The mayor and the city council can't do it either because with our meet and confer agreement makes it to where only the POA can discipline, punish, investigate. That's it. Just like what Carolina said at the city council meeting, because I had found that out where they had found cocaine in an officer's locker. I think it was either cocaine or meth. They found a substantial amount, right? And then the POA, which was Manny Ramirez, he was the president of the POA. He was livid about them. How dare them put a warrant to search the officer's locker, you know? So that's what I mean. And then this is the crazy part about Fort Worth. Manny Ramirez was the president of the POA. He produced him and Ron DeLord and our city manager Cook um, created the meet and confer agreement to where they changed the language and complaints in Fort Worth to where it used to be you were a victim, now you're just a complainant. Like they took all the stuff out that would protect us against cops doing shit like this. You know, just like a policy we have here, right? This is what I addressed at the city council, but nobody they ignore us, right? The body cam policy in Fort Worth for the police department, they're allowed to mute, turn off, or not even activate their body cameras 3 times, right? Before anything said about it, right? So in 2021, uh, it was signed into law, right? The governors, the Senate, House, and all of them approved a law that they passed called Bo's Law, which made it a third-degree felony for any police officer to turn off, mute, or not turn off on their body camera during any investigation, right? It's a third-degree felony. So with the Fort Worth Police Department policy, they're allowed to commit a third-degree felony 3 times before it's even addressed, before they're punished, before they're kicked off or nothing. They're allowed to do it 3 times before anything happens to them. And that's what I mean. When you have policies like that, where the POA takes control over the police department, ties the mayor and the city council's hands, because as of right now, there's the mayor, Carlos Flores, Gina Bivens, I was gonna say Beck, but they were mad at her, so the police didn't fund her because she voted against something. I don't remember what it was, but she voted against them. So it was, I think it was Crane, Michael Crane, what was the other fucker's name? Carlos Flores and Gina Bivens and the mayor. They all took money during the past elections from the POA, the Police Officers Association. So they're buying their candidates by supporting them in their elections, and then they get to control them. Because we were trying to get a citizens review board, and they voted. I don't remember who. I think it was Nettles, Williams, and I don't remember which other ones, but they voted to have it. And the rest of them voted, well, you already know which way they had to vote. That's what I mean. When you start tweaking the policies because you can't train your officers right, like the whole shit about it, right? And look, the whole thing about filming them, I shouldn't have got arrested that many times for filming these fuckers, right? Because in 2000, I think it was 19, when Turner versus Driver came into existence because of Reynolds and what was the lieutenant driver of the Fort Worth Police Department. So that's what I'm talking about. So they've understood that since then they're not supposed to bother people, start telling them, because you have to understand when you're filming them, right? If you're on the sidewalk, you have the right to walk on the sidewalk, right? But what these people do is when you're walking, they say, hey, come over here, stop there. They already fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Because they're literally infringing not only on your First Amendment right to film, which is clearly established by Turner versus Driver, but just your basic human ones of walking freely down the fucking sidewalk. And it's weird when you start telling them, shut the fuck up. Like, go back to what the fuck you're doing. And they literally get in your way. They impede your right to travel. They impede your right to film and all this, that. And then they start coming up, because they came together and came up with the I'm going to tell you 3 times rule, where they tell me 3 times to back up somewhere, and then I get arrested. It still doesn't work. And then y'all show them videos and say they're wrong, and then they get dismissed in court. So you basically train, I don't even know how many people to believe that what these officers were doing were right. And it's dead wrong. So you got these cops out here not knowing what they're doing is wrong. But see, then you have to start talking about the people who train them, the supervisors, the watch commanders that sit by as all these arrests come, because they have to look at body camera footage. They have to look at the live reports. And it's weird that these dudes have 20 years plus in law enforcement. Some of them boast that I used to be a detective and right? So how is it that y'all still don't understand Turner versus Driver, Houston versus Hill, which was a 1978 case, right? And it's weird because you have it's even established, as long as you don't like threaten them, right? And see, sometimes when there's like people, a crowd, and you'll start saying, hey man, shut the fuck up, what are you doing, don't answer them, they'll try to tell you that it's interfering, and it's not. There's no limit on our speech, right? Like, because if you tell them, hey, don't answer them, and the guy says, huh, how did you incite someone to like protest with you where it's violent if all you're telling them is don't answer what the fuck they're telling you? And see, I started telling people all this shit, right? And that's what makes them mad, because now you got citizens, regular people, when they get pulled over, they pull out their cell phone to start to film. And the habit of these motherfuckers still is that they'll take their phone out of their hand. Because I have a video where I was pulled over by Taylor Stevens and her partner Galbraith. The girl that I was with, I told her to film, and he took the phone out of her hand. Seeing it was filming, he literally stopped the recording. So he said, I don't want her on her phone. And I told him, you're fucking, she has a right to film you. And they still did it. He still did it. And then I asked for the supervisor. So she gets out of her car and then walks up to the supervisor, mutes her camera, and lies to him, and then turns it back on. And then the supervisor ain't trying to hear shit, because he already, what I hear all the time is I have to listen. My job is to back up my officers and protect them. And I remind them all the time, your job is to protect and uphold my rights. Because when you put your hand and swore into the police department, it was an oath you took, not to each other, to us. Because the Constitution is for us. We, the motherfucking people. And they can be butthurt all they want. Eventually, they're going to comply. Comply with my rights, or you just won't be in a cop car no more. They'll put you in a building. That's why you go to these buildings and you get these mad cops that don't want to answer questions. Why do you think they're in there? And then you go to these courthouses, family courts, and you get these shitty bailiffs. Why do you think they're in there? They're not in there for being good people. That's, whoever says that is dead wrong. You know, those are the ones that are fucked up and they got parked there. Fucking lighter sucks. But yeah, they mad because I tell people all this shit. Like when I film and I turn it off, people ask me, "Hey man, you can really do all that?" And everything I just said is what I tell them. So then I hear stories about the, "Hey man, they took my fucking phone and turned it off. Give me the police name and then the report number." It ain't hard. Just like what happened to me at the funeral. I already know that Tamayo, he works for the parole people for prison. He's on the parole board people. He's the one that goes and chases people. He finds them for him. But see what Tamayo used to be, he used to be a Fort Worth SWAT officer, right? Dumbass, right? So I think he retired or whatever. They let him retire in 2020. Well, there was a case where him and two other officers, I don't remember the third one. I know it was Tamayo and Officer Nava. And they were after a guy who he went into a store and I think he tried to use a fake credit card or some shit like that. And then the guy told him to something. So when he no. Before that even happened, he did something and the dude walked up to the car and he tried to burn off. The clerk walked up to the guy in the truck in his car, and there was two girls with him. And the dude panicked and took off, but he forgot to take the pump out of there. So he boom pulled it out and he stopped. The clerk told him come inside and blah blah blah. So he went in there and he didn't want to give him ID, so he walked out and burned off and got in his car. Well, I think they chased him and he burnt off, and the two girls got caught. They basically told on him where they could find him, but they had told him that he's dangerous, that he was a known gang member from prison, and he don't care about unaliving police officers. Well, Tamayo kept all this to himself, right? So they get to his house. Tamayo has on a TXU vest and a hat. Walks up to the door, knocks on it. The girl answers the door. He identifies himself as a police officer and says he wants to search the house. He doesn't have a warrant. So she lets him in. But when she turns around, she says, "Mark, the cops want to search the house." So the two officers go in first. Tamayo's the last one. And he notices a door to his left and he opens it. And when he opens it, there's a guy there and he unalives Officer Nava. So you know how it goes. They finally end up catching the guy because they unloaded their clips. They didn't hit him. He got away. They ended up catching him a little bit later. So he got charged with the murder and got life. He appealed it. That's how I found that case, through the appeals. And they upheld his conviction of murder. And he's still in prison for life. But that's what I'm saying. And now he works for the Texas Department of Corrections, chasing people that run from parole. And that's what his dumbass was looking for, somebody that didn't look nothing like me. And what I didn't like is what he said to the cops. And I don't know what it was, but I'm going to find out. Because he has a picture. He knows all the details of whoever. He has all the tattoos that person has, right? So whatever happened. And then the day before, he did it where that dude lives. And he did it to a person that wasn't that one. He had the cops had him on the ground in his bedroom, handcuffed. He was wondering what the fuck was going on. And then when this guy tells him, he goes, "Hey man, what's your name?" And he tells him, and he's like, "Oh, my bad, it's not you." So then we go to a funeral, and then lo and behold, and then it was weird too because there was a truck that kept passing back and forth, and then it parked across the street. And we were like, "What the fuck?" And my friend had said, "Man, that shit don't look right." And then it was there parked for a little bit. Then that back window rolled down, and I was like, "Yup." And as soon as I went back in, because they said we had 20 minutes left, right? So I went in, said my final goodbye, and then walked outside, waited for my ride. So I'm standing there, and then three cop cars pull up, and they walk straight up to me, and I seen them, and I tried to go live, and you have to do all these steps. I think YouTube's helping them, but anyways, yeah, I had to do all these steps to But anyways, they ended up walking up to me, and I'm like, "What are y'all doing, man? What do y'all want?" And they said, "Hey, man, don't move." And I'm like, "What are you doing? Let me go." And I was gonna like pull away from them, but then I was like, "Nah, they're gonna fuck me up." So I just said, "Man, what are you doing?" And then that's when he was like, "We're looking for." I said, "Who are you looking for?" And they were like, "Let me see your ID." I said, "That's not how this fucking works." I said, "Who are you looking for?" And they didn't want to tell me. They didn't want to tell me the name of the fucking person they were looking for. So he's like, "Don't run. Hey man, stay still." And then that truck pulls up, and it's that dude Tamayo. And he laughs at me, and I tell him, "Who the fuck are you looking for? What's the name of the person you're looking for?" And he doesn't want to answer me. He says, "What's your name?" I said, "That's not how this works, dude. You're the one that has a picture. Who the fuck are you looking for?" And he didn't want to answer me. He's like, "Put him in the car." And I'm like, "For what?" And then that's when the cop tells me that he tells me that I have to tell them who I am. And I said, "What crime did I commit?" And they can't answer me. And I said, "I'm not gonna identify until y'all tell me that." And then that's when he tells them, put him in the car, let's take him across the street. I said, "Y'all not taking me no motherfucking where." And they already took my phone, and then the people started filming it. So they took a girl to jail. Yeah, he did hit her. So that's it. She went to jail. But let me finish telling y'all what I was saying, right? Um, the what you call it? I tell them, "Tell me who your fuck y'all looking for," and then they throw me in the car, right? And I don't want them to say I'm resisting or whatever, start crying that bullshit again, right? So I let them put me in the car, and I tell them, "Y'all fucked up, man. Call your supervisor." And it's Tellis, and I remember Roth, but I don't remember the other one's name, right? So I tell them, "Call your supervisor, because y'all don't even have a fucking reasonable suspicion to put me in a motherfucking thing. And this dude sucks." Because look, I remember what I said. He already got it wrong one time before. So I'm pretty sure if he would have mentioned that to these police officers, they wouldn't have did it like that. But again, the mile is known for keeping shit from cops, right? So that's what happened. And then when they finally, I think it was my friend. I've known her since I was a little kid, and she told them what my name was, but they wouldn't give him my birthday. And then still, that fucking loser Tamayo, he goes, "What's his birthday?" His name is Manuel Mata, right? And they're telling him, and he still fucking doesn't get it. He knows who he's looking for. He has the name and the picture of the person he's looking for. So that's why I'm like this little dick eater. You know what I'm saying? Punk motherfucker. And I'm like, "Are you serious?" And then he's laughing. That's what made it more frustrating. Because he's laughing like it's a fucking joke. Like it's fucking hilarious. And I'm like, "This motherfucker." And I'm like, "Nah, let me out of here." And then that's when I cut. I say, and then whenever the cops heard him saying my name, and I told them that's my name, they already said it, Manuel Mata. That's my motherfucking name. And then they're like, "Oh shit." So they let me out, and I'm telling that, and "You're a stupid motherfucker. What the fuck? You don't even know how to investigate. You're a fucking dumbass." And they were trying to tell me to calm down before, "Man, take these motherfucking handcuffs off me. I don't have to do shit." And when they took them off, I told them, "Give me my phone," and that's when I went live. Like that whole shit is retarded, man. Like how the fuck do you do dumb shit like that? Well, cause you're fucking dude. That shit's so fucked up. And he should have been fired and in jail for what he did. But nope. The Fort Worth, the shitty cop, fucking 20 chances and shit. So it's weird. And that's what they're mad about. Cause he did it what this was Saturday, and I already found out all that shit about him. The whole situation. And anybody can look it up. You can get the whole goddamn file from looking up the appeals cases. It's all I do. I surf the web. I surf them cases. And then some people fucking help me a lot too, because they catch it before I do. So it's a group thing, man. A bunch of people are tired of this shit, man. Where the city council and everybody protects these motherfuckers, man. It's weird. But then you get guns pulled on you for fucking crossing the street and all kinds of shit, man. And you're the bad guy. You're the one that ain't shit. So that shit is weird as fuck. But that's what they be on, homie. So yeah, I was right here on St. Louis, right by my house. I seen them all coming over here. But so that's why I be telling people, man, if you're gonna fucking try to figure out how these dudes are doing all this shit, you have to go further than just these loser cops. Because that's just a little part. It's a little part. You know what I'm saying? It's a little part to it. You have to figure out why they've been able to get away with it so long. And I figured it out. It's when they make these meet and confer agreements with the, because that's an agreement with the city and the police department. Like they have them in Houston, they have them in San Antonio, they have them in El Paso, they have them in all these little big towns, the big cities, and the little towns they're in through the interlocal agreements, and that's what you look for. Like here we have River Oaks, Blue Mound, Samson Park, I think Arlington, Westward Village, Everman, Crowley, Forest Hill, they have all these little towns, but they're in it through the interlocal agreements. See, and that's what you start looking into, right? Because none of these policies, none of these interlocal agreements can conflict with clearly established laws and federal statutes. Like it can't, like that whole thing about what I mentioned earlier, how they can let a cop turn off, mute their body cameras 3 times before they get in trouble. That's a violation of Bo's law. And that's what it is, Bo's law, BO apostrophe S law. And it happened because of Amber Geiger killing, unaliving Botham Jean inside of his home, thinking it was her. Ben Brooks, Saginaw, yeah, them two. They're all in it together. See? And since 2000 and I think it was 21, they've not been able to mute it. It's a 3rd-degree felony. So that policy violates that law that was passed. And a bunch of senators and governors agreed with Bo's law. They're the ones who pushed it through. And it got approved. So now police departments in Texas can't mute or turn off their body camera or not turn it on during any investigation. So if they walk up to you talking about an investigation, their camera has to be on and it can't be muted. So, and that's the whole issue that we have in police departments, where there's stuff that they are getting in trouble for, but then you have these POAs and these mayors and city council members that'll change the policies and make up a meet and confer agreement that'll bypass all of that, because we don't have no say so in their punishment investigation. That's all the POA, Police Officers Association, and it's coming up where we get to say fuck that shit. So 20% of the voters. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I know there's 20% of people that have been fucked up, beat up, unalived by the Fort Worth Police Department. For that to stop, for that to continue next, because it's this year, I think in March or April, that they vote on it again. It's called the Meet and Confer Agreement. So, and I'm gonna leave y'all with that because they're taking that girl to jail. She spurred off on her dude, so I didn't put it. I wasn't trying to put nobody on there. I didn't really see him until it was too late. So, all right, be safe out there. Hold on, let me say what's up to everybody before I go bounce. Okay, from the top, John D, what's up, baby? Karen M, Joe Black, Joe Cole, Free Press Fort Worth. You seen the bird? Free Press Fort Worth. I seen that motherfucker too. Surreal Cam, what's the deal, baby? Hear that shit they're trying to do in Florida? That's crazy. But if you look, even look up what police officers are. Like in all the police departments in Florida, they're not under first responders. They're under police. It's way different. First responders are like fire department and the ambulance people. And I think it's the fire marshals too in certain places. Minton State Media, what's the deal? What's up, Chris? And Cap Gamer. Nice 3DP. The squirrels. Oh, this shit is fucking hilarious. Okay. No Mercy Sheep, what's the deal? Portola 45. Carolina, what's the deal? You awake now? What does that say? I need glasses. I think this is Egg Swag G. Oh, BX Swag G. What's up? Glad to have you here. Brandon, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, I've been catching a lot of shit lately, man, but I'm thugging it, man. I was having that conversation with my mom the other day, and I was telling her that this shit's starting to take its little toll on me. Dirty D, what's the deal? You know, I started telling her that this shit was that they were starting to hit, like, where it's fucked up. Deanna, what's the deal? Then I like what she told me. Peg leg, what's the deal? Latin Indian. I like what she said to me. She said, think about everything you've ever been through in your life. And I did. I literally did when she was saying it to me. And I remember every year that I spent in TYC in my cell thinking, what the fuck did I do? And having to survive some ugly things in there. And then coming home and failing, going back to prison, to TDC for the first time. 6 years of fucking hell, too. And I made it. Coming home, failing again, not getting my shit together, going to the feds. And that's what done it for me. Because I see shit in there that I really don't wish on no one. That it happens to them or they have to do that to anyone, you know? And I just got out that time and I said, I'm not going back. So I actually got me a little job, man. I started trying to do right, but one night trying to film some cops, man, turned it upside down. And I just haven't stopped yet. And that's what she told me. Like, Like, so how could these cops beat you then? Like, literally, I went through all those years in places that some of these cops would never be in. They would be in protective custody, you know? And how could they be? I mean, why would I? Why would I let them get to me? If I was able to navigate treacherous waters with my own peers, some of Texas' ugliest people, gangbangers, murderers, rapists, SA offenders, everybody, you know? And if anyone knows Texas prisons, them motherfuckers ain't friendly, especially in the feds. Like, this a way different ball game than the federal system. I promise you. It's a whole different world than that motherfucker. And now I be telling people, like, the guards and all that, man, them dudes are one disrespect away from not going home. And that's how serious it is in there. Like, people say that prison does fuck some people up mentally, but for some people it saves them, you know. And that whole shit is crazy. Just that saying, prison can save you. Just hear that, and it's all weird. So, but I went from that to this, and I don't regret it. I don't regret all the people that I lost, all the friends that told me to go fuck myself, that I was stupid, that I wasn't gonna do nothing, I wasn't gonna change nothing. I don't regret losing nobody through this 5-year journey. Because everyone that I've met, that I have conversations with daily, they're the reasons why I keep doing what I'm doing. And the new people I meet. But now I'm gonna go to my safe spot, so I'm gonna take y'all with me for a little bit, just chill. I'm gonna go for a little while. It's not that far. But yeah, I said I wouldn't trade. Fuck all that. Everything that I lost ain't worth what I gained doing this. Nothing. Because I get bashed a lot for thinking the way I do. What the fuck did it say on the side? See that motherfucker? And all of a sudden now you're gonna leave. Now you got somewhere to go, huh? Yeah. You ready to park your helicopter in your building. Sit the fuck down somewhere. But yeah, that's why I be telling these little youngsters, dude, fuck all that. Whatever the fuck type shit y'all on nowadays. Because I remember the word, bro, I ain't even gonna start. But I know one thing. There's two things that are gonna happen if you're on that gangbanging shit when you go to prison. Either you're gonna put your flag down or they're gonna make you rep that bitch hard than a motherfucker. I'm telling you, quit playing. That's what I be saying. And they don't like me for it, so I don't give a fuck neither. Don't care. You heard me. So, yeah. Fuck that helicopter motherfucker. Made me look good, shit. And then I like this. I don't care. Look, you can see the. Let's see. I like when it does this. You can see the. Where's it at? Hold up. Yeah, look. You can see the moon. And then the sun. I think that shit's so cool. I think that's the coolest shit. You can see both of them. Pretty cool. But yeah. So now we're on to making changes. Because also too, when I went through that whole process, it was uncomfortable. I didn't like it. I fought it. I was like, fuck that. I found all these excuses to try to keep being the same way. I was just fighting the inevitable. I was gonna have to give it up eventually. And I did, and it's so much better. It's weird. Like, I blamed all these people for my fucking fuck ups and downfalls, right? And then when I got to really thinking about it, I was stronger and smarter than those people. And then when you thought about it like that, it's like, fuck, you're the one who did it. So it kind of goes all them excuses where you have to face yourself and deal with whatever the fuck you're running from. Because I tell that to all my homeboys that come talk to me. I tell them stop doing shit that's comfortable. Because once you do, you start thinking, hearing shit different. It won't sound the same. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in all these ugly places. I've been in these situations where and where I failed, where I was talking about earlier, failing going back, because one thing went wrong. I lost a job. I lost a car. And I was like, man, fuck this shit. So I did dumb shit to go back to prison. Those are just facts. That's not something I'm going to run from. I'm not ashamed of it. For what? I did it. That's weird to be like, oh, no. I did it. I wasn't ashamed of it now, then, and I'm not ashamed of it now. Because it made me smarter. You know? So that's why I be telling them fools with that hard head, and they be like, fuck all that. And I be hearing them tell me I don't give a fuck. I make them shut up with just this simple question. Would you ruin your life? And most of them be like, fuck no. Then you don't. You do care. Stop saying you don't give a fuck. Because that's your crutch. That's what you're always going to go to. And that's where you go where it's comfortable. We do give a fuck. Stop saying that. Because if you don't, prove it. Ruin your life. I did 3 times. I care now. I do give a fuck. So, I made it. Safe. Whoop. See, because this is where I was standing. And all the motherfuckers were going that way. But, all right, everybody. Uh-oh, look. We got the lowriders. I'm going to see if they let me film it. Ah, don't leave. They're leaving. Look, okay. Well, I'll film them leaving then. We got all the lowriders right there. Look, there goes one leaving. Got the little cars. All right, y'all. Yeah, it was right there. Next to that pole right there. That's where that big truck was at. What's up, Carlos? Yeah, nah, look. They have all these cool ass rides right here. Look. Here goes a bomb. There's a cutlass. A bomb. A 6-fold. They clean. Look, y'all see it? The 6-fold. 6-fold. That's the Deuces rides. So, pretty cool. See, that's why I like chilling here sometimes. You see cool shit. But, yeah. That's what that is. Okay, look. There go. They're all getting in line. They finna go cruise. Look. Look, there they go. Check them out. And they're going to go post up. I think they go somewhere down there by Felix shit. I'm not sure. I don't know where they'll be at today. But yeah. Ooh, you scrape your shit. But yeah. We gonna go park somewhere and post up. So that's what I be saying, man. It's a trip. Alright. Peace out. Much love, people. Stay safe. Stay dangerous. FTP. But I made up one too. There's a lot of them I say this to. Fuck them putos. FTP. There's still two though. FTP, the original. Fuck the police. But fuck them putos too. Alright, be safe. Fort Worth, Texas. Signing out. Holla.